Just wait. I did that wrong. You like, why is that so funny? That's what Kamala thinks of you niggas. He said, what does that have to do with Kamala? Y'all heard about it. I ain't had time. I've been fucking around.
So Kamala Harris has officially released her agenda for black men. And yes, you heard me right. This is an agenda that is specific to a certain race and sex group. We started crazy, we're going to continue crazy. She's apparently going to provide 1 million loans that are fully forgivable only to black male entrepreneurs to the tune of $20,000. And I'm going to help Kamala out on this one. A loan is something that has to be paid back. If you're offering people a forgivable loan, you're just giving them money, probably to buy the votes that you're losing. And it's not only that, apparently Kamala is going to give black men their own educational and mentorship programs. They're going to have their cryptocurrency investments protected, and they get a national health initiative that focuses on them. And lastly, she's going to legalize recreational marijuana and get black men jobs in the industry, because we know black men love to light up, right? She knows black men are fed up with her and unconvinced of her ability to lead, given that she's been a leader these past 3-4 years, and her way of gaining their vote back is...
They keep them high. Like, they got this weirdo walking by with his dog. So, and then when he gets nervous, he goes to his phone. So, yeah. So, yeah, you see. Remember when a white dude that looked like that, y'all thought it was a Republican and a racist skinhead? Well, they're still racist, but they're a Democrat. So that also means they're stupid. So they're not, no, there's not. They tried, the movies tried to do that. Remember American History X? Liberals own Hollywood. They tried to make y'all think that. And that was in the 90s. I never thought that. I never even seen that movie. You know. But anyway, today is, I'm starting to I'm still trying to figure out what they're worried about. Because all these polls keep changing. So one, that means we have to accept the fact that there was a bunch of people, but maybe not, because polls only is like a sample. The whole time. That's probably why they were always wrong, because they went to somewhere probably like New York and sampled New Yorkers or L.A. or San Francisco every year for decades. And that's why they were always wrong. New York Times, who do they sample? They only called people from New York. They've never done that. You see, yeah, everybody's doing some kind of U-turn now. They've never done it. I've been to CDL school. I'd learned to drive a truck that big. Why would he just go all he had to do was go down this block, go down there, I got my CDL in the Army. Well, it wasn't, it's the same school. Driving trucks, but the trailer was longer because you carried soldiers, called the cattle car. But it was the same cab, and that's what you drive anybody. That's what you learn to drive on. So this street is not made to do a U-turn. Now there's restaurants right there. That's why he probably just unloaded. All of these streets he could have just drove down. They come here all the time. Usually it's right there. He had no reason to do, Yeah, is this starting? This was starting to fog back up already. But like they said, it don't last. But it's like I said, just do it again. What is it? That one's definitely clouding back up. I just noticed that. So yeah, but I think what it is, they can't steal the election. You can say that, YouTube, Because when they're talking about that's another thing they're mad about. Pretty soon we will be able to say what we want. There's no misinformation and all of that is totally illegal. They just had corrupt judges protecting YouTube and Section 23 or whatever it is, all that bullshit. So Google and all the rest of them, the only thing that saved us was Elon Musk bought Twitter, and now you can say whatever you want. They threatened him to put him in jail. Look, they keep sending these weird white Democrats, walking by. They look alike. You see it? Remember I told you they tried to make y'all think. I never bought it. I remember when American History X, that was the name of it, came out. I never watched it. I had a VCR in my room. You know, I mostly bought kung fu movies. From the early, the repeats. They made it in the '60s and '70s. The old kung fu, Shaw Brothers. Oh, that was at Fort Bragg, but that's why I remember. My roommate, he wanted to watch American History X, but that's how I know about it. And he also loved Mickey and Mile, that movie. Who's that? Woody Harrelson. Natural Born Killers. Yeah, yeah. He loved that movie too. He I guess he did. You know what? Technically, he had that like that to y'all that school shooter tendency, but he never did nothing to nobody. He to me, he was just my roommate, room dog, whatever. But he was into all that shit. And I don't know if I'm like snitching, try snitch, because I never knew what it was. He was like, I thought he was joking anyway. He said, I'm gonna go AWOL and join the IRA. I'm like, what the fuck is the IRA? Irish Republican Army. Yeah, I'm gonna go fight for them. And technically, I think maybe that's something you are supposed to tell. Even though you think he's joking, I would have never. That's what it's like. Oh, see, so you are, the dude of goody two shoes. Nah, I ain't think nothing of it. I ain't even know. Only reason I even know what they are is because of movies, right? There's been movies they done made. Who is it? Liam Neeson or somebody I don't know. Action movies about the IRA. That's the only reason I know who they are. There's nothing they told us about. I didn't know who they was. What the hell they was fighting? Oh yeah, what's the guy? Pierce Brosnan. He ain't even Irish, but he played in that movie recently, the last 10 years or whatever, about the IRA. But this was like in '94. He's like, I'm gonna go. He was just, I don't know. He was upset. I thought it was either way. A joke. Oh, I'm going to what they was. That's what I. But he had. I'm gonna go and fight for the IRA. I'm like, what the hell is that? But he didn't look like them. He had a head. Yeah, he had enough hair. He had in uniform, but on the weekends, he had, not all the way down, but he had with them. They sent him by the old dude.
Is discrimination era.
So what I'm saying, yeah, Kamala's like she her plan, just keep these niggas high, give them free weed.
Black men love to light up, right? She knows black men are fed up with her and unconvinced of her ability to lead.
Only Democrats can say shit like that. Everybody else, oh, you just gonna give us weed? We supposed to vote for weed, right? That's what Kamala is. Keep these niggas high as hell. They won't care. They won't try to fight. You just keep them high as fuck. We can do whatever we want. But thankfully, the weed thing never worked the whole time. Like I said, really, because most people, younger kids, they don't realize that before the chronic, weed was like a niche drug. It was a few niggas in my high school, who smoked weed, and a few that sold it, 88, 89, and it was, they. Only reason I knew about blunts because I'm from New York, and blunts Jamaicans invented, and but it's Dre made it famous with the chronic, and everybody. So to me, it felt like you just jumping on the bandwagon. Now, younger kids, and so technically, yeah, you might have somebody that smoke weed since they'll be over 30 years. So yeah, they a pro, but it's like more than likely they life wasted away. That's what they want. But like I said, if you make it legal, there's no reason not to make it legal. It just be like it'd be boring like alcohol. You can go and you still can't smoke because just like you can't drink and go to work or drive. You can't smoke and get high. I mean, do all that. You can't do that. So it's like there's no problem. But so yeah, Kamala's like, yeah, I get these free niggas, keep them voting Democrats with their kids, grandkids, the hoes gonna be pregnant, keep all them pregnant on weed and weed and Molly, because yeah, the weed and syrup and this and that, and the weed is free. The government giving them weed for free. Shit, keep them having babies and babies to sacrifice. We gonna have babies to sacrifice. We gonna have the babies on welfare. We gonna have it's gonna be perfect. We gonna be the devil gonna run and reign. The devil gonna run everything. It's like nobody falling for that shit. I still say legalize weed because it's a waste of money, resources with the all that, the agencies, the incarceration, all that, and you just making the cartels and everybody else rich and putting people in prison. So it's like you might as well just do it the regular way and let the corporations do what they do. And if you love weed that much, be no different than buying the alcohol. Try to all the hoops you got to jump through to own a liquor store. Democrat hoops. If you want to own a state store or wherever, all those type of hoops, you got to go through that. Other than that, find you another way to make your money. You can smoke your recreational weed, and it shouldn't be recreational. Just like I said, it should just be like alcohol. It shouldn't even be like you gotta have prescription but like they said, it's not just the government. The higher ups. It's the regular employees. They need a job. If you get rid of it, it's gonna drastically reduce the force. It's like, I don't know what to tell you, as y'all would say to me when y'all was stalking me. But I'm not trying to be funny.
Welcome back to Free Media. I'm Amber Duke.
And I'm Robbie Suave.
Now this
Vice President Kamala Harris
is an example why it just shows they're just lowering the standards so they can attack y'all easier. And they're right. It is a big deal that she plagiarized. And they're trying, no, it's not. Y'all just nitpicking. And it is like, no, see, you're lowering the standards. Yeah, it's just like, no, we're not being Karens. That's what I told you. That's why they made that shit up so they can make y'all stupid and lazy and take over real easy. You'll be pushovers. Just they can just blow you over because you done made yourself stupid. You think you're tough. It's like, no, you only think you're tough because you got protection right now. Your protection finna go, and we're still trained.
is under fire for plagiarism related to her 2009 book, Smart on Crime. Claims by conservative think tanker Christopher Rufo say that she copied several passages from sources like Wikipedia and public reports without proper citation. These accusations have sparked criticism from her political opponents, including Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, who've used the issue to question her authenticity. Here's Vance on the matter.
I saw today, actually, a story that Kamala Harris apparently copied some significant chunks of her book from Wikipedia. So if you want a president with their own ideas, vote for Donald Trump. If you want a president who copies her own ideas from Wikipedia, vote for Kamala Harris.
In reaction, mainstream media headlines called out the claims of plagiarism as a targeted conservative attack on Harris instead of, holding her accountable.
And like another thing, if it were one of us, they'd be losing their mind. Oh, you see, because no, they are. Remember the ones who try to pretend they're smart and intelligent. So to them, it would be a big deal.
For the offense. CNN's take said, quote, conservative activist accuses Harris of plagiarizing passages in co-author 2009 book. And the New York Times said, conservative activist seizes on passages from Harris's book. Both outlets downplay, but do not deny that Harris did not properly cite lifted passages in her book.
Just incredible. For example, CNN noted that the outlet reviewed several of the passages highlighted by Rufo and found that Harris and co-author of the book, O.C. Hamilton, quote, failed to properly attribute language to sources. The Times took a more downplayed approach. They consulted a plagiarism expert who dismissed Rufo's claims of plagiarism as exaggerated, arguing that the mistakes were minor citation errors given the document's length. He suggests
Minors. Yeah, they see how this what we're telling y'all. See how they just lie and to get their experts. It's stuff that a high school kid should know in English class. Not even a college English student, but a high school kid should know. And she wants to be, it is like I want to hear. Well, she's not a English teacher. It's like no, nope. She's a lawyer. She went to law school. How she wrote her papers. Right? It's like no. It's like how she passed. It's like no. So how she understand the law?
that Rufo was making a big deal out of relatively small issues, emphasizing that the errors didn't indicate an intent to deceive. The Times noted that the Harris campaign, in a statement, rejected the accusations as a right-wing attack to try to derail her growing support. Okay, this is incredible. I don't know what I would have expected, but the media is reacting to this, I guess, exactly as you would have predicted. It's shameful and wrong. Rufo has found tangible, real examples of textbook plagiarism in Kamala Harris's book. They are multiple ones, 12 at least. Some of them are worse than others. A few of them are quite bad. Entire passages that ought to have been put in quotes because they're direct quotations. This isn't even just a didn't paraphrase enough. There's direct quotes that should have been in quotation marks. Look, you can say this is relatively minor, I guess, if you want, but this is something students get academic disciplinary charges for doing. It is not correct.
You want to be lead by example. You're telling kids to go to college and get an education and be a lawyer, doctor, whatever. But they're gonna get in trouble. GPA drop, maybe even lose their scholarship because their GPA dropped. But it's like, see, no, you can't play that game.
Something that media fact-checking people of a liberal orientation will call out in Republicans' books when they find them and gets those people in trouble. It is plagiarism, and to frame it as, how dare you notice the plagiarism? That's what we're mad about from the New York Times.
It's the same reaction, though, when her...
Yeah, see, all they're mad about is, how dare you notice it? Not that she didn't do it. No, you're wrong. The X is just no. Yeah, she's stupid, but don't call her out on it. That's all they're saying. They really think that shit gonna fly.
The momentum is with him. As I look at Poly Market today, I'm still looking at a 60-40 split there. Not even 40. She's at 39.9%. Do you see this? I'm going to show you again. I love zooming in on these graphics here because it tells you so much. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, so this chart, you can see how they were crossing over a little bit. That happened right after that debate. Remember that debate where she just attacked, and we didn't get anything substantive. And then she was supposed to get that debate sort of bounce. She got a little bit of a debate bounce. Actually, I should say she was supposed to get a bounce coming out of the DNC. She didn't get a bounce coming out of the DNC. It's one of the reasons why Nate Silver said in his model she was suffering. She was really suffering. Well, they've been kind of neck and neck, and all of a sudden, in the last couple of days, ladies and gentlemen, look at what I'm looking at. In the last couple of days, there has been this massive.
And see, that's I just trying to figure this out. What is really going on? You know, we all, but the polls are usually wrong. But anyway, that's not even it. It's like, but they're scared. And like I said, these idiots aren't good actors. They're mad, and they're mad at the people. They really, because they only know one way. They're trying to, you know, get people to do whatever, for Kamala by, calling them, y'all need to, what is wrong with y'all? Trump is evil, da 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 da. And so they're really, the only way they know is try to get out the message. No, Trump said no Muslims, and this and that, and nobody's buying it.
Breakup for Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. And so you're now in the 60-40 territory. Absolutely massive. I mean, I just think this is incredible to see. It's going to be a heck of an election. I'm not saying you should count your chickens before you hatch. I know you guys, we're all kind of superstitious about that, and we don't want to get too excited, but this is really, really quite something. So again, Polymarket indicating that. You see Nate Silver's note where he just came out.
Oh, okay, they doing some work today. That's weird, cause I think they do this on. You're like, what? What are you talking about? For some reason, I just looked over there and thought about the empty apartment and how they be going in there, and it's like they sent that. They used whatever they used to beam that into my head that somebody was coming. Cause I promise you, I was just thinking about that apartment and them guys that came the other day. See, yeah, they're construction workers. Hey. Whatever, probably electricians. It's like they were trying to be, like how you ask somebody. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So they're really scared. They're seeing something, and the handlers are telling them they got to get the people to be scared. And vote for a couple. It's not. They're really. I mean, it something is wrong. I mean, but I don't know if they can steal another one. I don't. I think they can't because YouTube might give me. You see what you just said? You just referenced the old one, and you said, all right, whatever. Either way, it's just an opinion. We don't have evidence. Yada yada yada. See, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there's no way. I never think about that apartment. I don't. And honestly, I thought about mine because mine is still old. That one is new, and the middle one is new. Those two are new, but so that one been empty, and I guess it must be some stuff that they got to before they can do the. Cause like that one, the last one, and that one, they got central. Cause like I said, when he was doing that one, before she moved in, I remember I would talk, I would go talk to him, and I actually went in there in that one when he was still working on it. So I saw, it was all updated compared to mine, but I'm good. I keep that money in my pocket because the rent goes up if you get one of them. The cabinets, everything, built in Michael, he did all that. But, it isn't that hard if you know carpentry. That's why he took so long, yeah, because he did it all by himself. Dang.
Out and said, look, for the first time since the debate, Donald Trump is now showing a majority chance at winning. And this is according to his model. So this just is based on polls, whereas Polymarket is actually people putting money to work, saying, I'm going to take a bet. I'm going to place a wager, so to speak, and predict.
Now, this would, they don't care about the poll, that type of poll. Like she's saying, these people who got, money in the game, and they're not going to bet their money on a loser or whatever, not a bet, but, whatever. and they're saying Trump. And you gotta think about it. Who? Nobody really cared that much about, oh, we gotta help, because everybody knew the truth. Even Jordan said it, right? If you could stand up all day and hold a sign and beg for money, you can get a job. Remember they got mad at Jordan for saying that years ago? Look it up yourself. And I thought about it. I'd rather do a job. I cannot just stand, because I've been a security guard, and that's boring as fuck. But majority of my posts, I was at a hospital, a hotel. And, it was in the hood. It was one of them nationwide chains, but it was still in the hood kind of. But actually, it's right by the college, UAB. But it was nighttime, so yeah, I just walk around once an hour. And, this shit boring. And this was, there wasn't no smartphones at the time. This was like '06. Apple was out, but I told you when I went, my credit was kind of fucked up. It was like I was gonna have to pay $250, and I think by the phone they wouldn't let you finance. Still, I could have did it, but when I asked about, back then only AT&T had it in '06, '07, and it was like this. I said, how much is insurance? I'm thinking like $10 on extra a month. He said, oh, there's no insurance. Oh, I said, hell no. That's and I said, I know somebody else gonna come up with something. And 2 years later, oh wait, that's when the Android, and I was already with T-Mobile, the first one, the G1, and it was time for my 2-year upgrade anyway, so I got it for free. I knew if I waited, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not, and it had the regular stuff, insurance. I'm like $500 or $600, I think it was, and if I drop this, lose it, somebody steal it, drop it in the sink, the toilet, whatever, I don't care, wherever, you run it over, there's no insurance. I said, oh, hell no. Other people, yeah, you trust it. I don't trust my hands, or, somebody, I forget it, or somebody steal it. I never had a phone stolen. Well, maybe once, but like my homeboy hit me. Nah, that was her. It was a twofer. She probably sold it or whatever, and you didn't have nobody else you could call. My homeboy had to tell me. I knew she did it, but he was like, it was just somebody. It was years ago, like 2009 or something. And that's the only time. Like, he's like, nah, it was a twofer for her. You can't call, your number's gone. You can't call nobody else. And, oh shit, yeah, you're right. I mean, I knew but he's saying why. Yeah, but she ain't touched the other ones. But anyway. So nobody cares about all this. We gotta help. No, you don't. You see, we're not white liberals. I bet them guys, was my battery died? I gotta go charge my battery. Oh, well, I got the other phone. I'm gonna switch to my other phone. Them guys right there, the two white, whatever, they don't look like Democrats. I bet they didn't grow up rich, so they know better. That, it's not their fault. Yes, it is their. They're around my age, a little bit older. They know we all grew up in the '70s, born in the '70s, grew up in the '80s. Everybody knew is get a job, a trade or something, go in the military, go to college. That's how it was. It was if you on George Floyd, all that you did that to yourself.